Clearly ageist, excluding people under 16. A misrepresentation of ancient Egyptians as having futuristic technology. Furthering of the stereotype that all pharaohs had pointy chins, and also a misrepresentation of Egyptians as barbaric for using wooden scaffolding.
Attackers incoming.
Of course, the bearded white man, the noble knight, the artificially sexy female sniper, and the teenage male emo power fantasy are the defending good guys.
Prepare your defenses.
Get behind!
Locked and loaded.
The female sniper needs to be ready to shoot, because as a woman she would be too bad at shooting from the hip. This disgusting display of racism suggests Murlocs can't speak properly.
Prepare to attack.
Not only is this African American guy presented as being an evil attacker, but it's also clear that he's wearing white armor to emulate his desire to be white, because he's been indoctrinated by white supremacists to think his race is inferior, also correlating with the stereotype that disabled people are stupid, hence the glasses.
3, 2.
The independent, short-haired woman with earrings is of course an evil attacker.
1. Capture the objective.
Let's do!
The full emphasis of this shot is focused on her ass, which is designed solely to be pleasing to male players. Implying that all small people are worthless because they are handicapped and need to be annihilated from society.
Let's try that again. Welcome to my reality.
This woman has a very stereotypical accent.
Turret deployed.
Reinforcing the stereotype that Indian people can create matter out of thin air.
Teleporter online. Para reporting.
Even more super racist accents. In this shot, killing women is okay.
Justice rains from above.
Her armor is clearly designed to emulate breasts, and this attack was shoehorned into the game solely to have an attack in which she shakes her tits for the pleasure of male gamers. Here, a woman is being shot down by a clearly male robot.
The dragon hungers.
This character is a man who has to avenge a helpless damsel, who is also a clear example of cultural appropriation because he is supposed to be Japanese and he also has a racist accent and a dragon tattoo.
The objective is mine.
Enforcing the stereotype that all Japanese people are ninjas, even though some of them are actually samurai. This clearly female robot is being destroyed by a man.
Perfect.
Objective captured.
Enforcing the stereotype that Japanese people are so advanced they can instantly teleport to this hellhole of cultural appropriation that is supposed to be their homeland. Also, the stereotype that cherry blossom trees have pink leaves is unashamedly perpetuated.
See through the dragon's eyes.
Here, a black man is portrayed as being a cowardly killer who hides behind his targets. This is very clearly the male power fantasy that teenage emo gamer nerds, which identify with this character, are supposed to have when playing, killing a bunch of women with their superpowers. This may be the worst thing in the trailer, not to mention the fact that Reap sounds a lot like rape. This African American man is portrayed as being a highly aggressive brute.
Let's get to work! Come on, damn machine! Shield up! Fall back!
A white man has built a machine for automatically killing people of color, advocating for a racist genocide holocaust.
Turret down.
Now that he's angry and violent, this man suddenly becomes African American.
Armor here!
Patriarchy alarm! Clearly, this is intended to symbolize how one male helps this other clearly male robot. This clearly female robot is pictured as being peaceful and nature-loving, caring about birds.
Did someone call a doctor?
Equating all white people to superior and flawless angelic beings.
I've got you. Healing stream engaged.
Of course, the stereotypically female medic only has a small gun that she uses to kill a black man who's just walking down the street.
Sniper, be careful!
Heroes never die.
Once again, this plays into the white supremacist power fantasy of being all-powerful beings capable of controlling life and death.
Oh, that's love.
One shot, one kill.
This stereotypically female sniper wears skin-tight clothing, which is objectification, and speaks with a French accent, which is racist to blue people, the correct accent for which is Appalachian American.
I see you.
Implying that all women are psycho stalkers and cold-blooded killers. Okay, this now takes the cake for the most horrible thing in the trailer. This is such a stereotypical depiction of a vaguely Buddhist robot, it hurts. They can fly sitting cross-legged and have balls around their head without any effort whatsoever. It also discriminates against disabled robots with fewer than 9 eyes.
True self is without form. Pass into the iris.
You need a timeout.
An oppressed minority is treated like a child by a white person, implying that they have less to say than them, and therefore triggering the trauma associated with the knowledge that minority groups have less political influence than larger groups.
Iron takes them all on!
Element elitism, implying that iron is superior to all other elements of the diverse and precious periodic table. Reinhardt is clearly supposed to represent the Aryan race, as he's large, strong, and German, and of course destroys the inferior black brute Untermensch, because that is all that white people secretly want. Not me, though. I have overcome my inherent racism by repenting and acknowledging my privilege as a disembodied voice with a posh British accent.
Unstoppable!
Not only is it traumatizing that a bunch of women were just killed by what is clearly supposed to be a male penis, but this is also triggering for women who have been raped to any MC Hammer song. The cultural appropriation does not stop. This Buddhist character is peaceful according to his religion, which is shamelessly disrespected here as they make him kill people. And of course, the African American brute assaults an innocent woman. Disrespecting the culturally appropriate burial rituals for Japanese people. Pseudo-Japanese gibberish with absolutely no meaning whatsoever, just so white people can hear something they think sounds cool. Not all ninjas have magic powers. The brighter part of this is, of course, on top, representing white supremacy.